Hi, friends. I'm Courtney. I'm a performer, speaker, and a writer. I'm a mama to three crazy boys and a super sweet dog. I decided 12 years ago that I needed to create a business that worked for me instead of me working for it. I'm a multi passionate entrepreneur who may be considered a serial entrepreneur by some. But then I realized that all of my businesses focused on connection, community, and creating an incredible experience. I cannot wait to share with you how to make small but mighty changes in your life to affect your overall well being and create a life and business you want to get up in the morning for. That's right, my friends. I am the Renaissance Mama. Hi friends, it's me, Courtney, the Renaissance Mama, and I want to thank you so much for taking the time from your busy day to check out the show. And if it's your first time here, then welcome. Like I said, I'm the Renaissance Mama. The show is all about everything from parenting to running my small business to juggling all the many, many hats I have to wear as a busy Renaissance Mama. So today we are chatting a little bit more on the business side, and we are actually chatting about a platform that if you are not using right now in your business, I think you need to look into it. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, I do not have time for another social media platform. I don't have time for, another strategy or another system. I just don't have time, because that's the reality of so many business owners, that we just don't have time. We have to find some time to run our business. But what if I told you this platform is not a social media platform? What if I told you it's going to help you build brand awareness? It's going to help you send people to your website. It's going to help you build your email list. It's going to help you gain popularity and brand awareness. And what if I told you you can do all that in very little time? Okay, I hope I have your interest. I hope you're excited. I hope this is something you are ready to learn more about. And you might be surprised to tell you that I am chatting about Pinterest. Now, before you turn off this episode and be like, Courtney, no, Pinterest is just for people who are, getting married or having home decor. It's all women. My audience isn't there. Before you tell me all of those things, I want you to listen. So I recently took a free workshop from one of my mentors, Jenna Kutcher. She has a whole course of how you can really utilize Pinterest. But if you are not there yet, I want you just to listen to some of the key points I'm going to talk about today, because I know from my side, there are very small, simple, little things that takes you very little time that's going to give you actual results. So this was about the third time I've actually taken this workshop of Jenna's. I will tell you, the first few times I was barely listening. I was doing other things on my computer. I was working. I wasn't really paying attention. So some of the ideas and strategies I kind of heard, but I didn't fully get. I didn't fully implement. Well, this time I listened, I heard all those things you're supposed to do, and I started implementing them. And she literally says you can do this in 1 hour a week. She is right. It does not take a lot of time. It does not take a lot of effort. And it helps you do all those things that I promise you could do. Build the business, build brand awareness, get people to your audience, get people to your website. Actually, the number one of my favorite things it really helps you do, it makes your content that you're already making last so much longer. So before I get into all the details, I just got to tell you. So like I said, I was I was watching this workshop of hers, and I was really kind of like, I don't know. I felt like I tried it before. I've watched that exact same workshop many times before. And every time I'm excited and I go try a few things, and then it kind of falls flat. It doesn't really work. But like I said, this time I really paid attention to the details. I realized what I had done last time, I wasn't following the exact instructions. So once again, I felt like similar to a lot of our social media, I was just throwing stuff out there and hoping it works, and then it doesn't, and then getting frustrated. This time I paid attention, and within a few weeks, I am seeing actual results in my business. And when I say actual results, I don't mean, oh, I got a whole bunch of followers. Oh, I got some likes. I got this and that. No, I have people coming to my website. I can see the numbers going up. I have people inquiring about my courses. I have people buying my products. So this is a return on investment that if you're a business owner, especially a small business owner that doesn't have tons of money to spend on ads and other things, this could be the answer for you. So before we go further, what I need to tell you is what Pinterest is not. This is so important. Pinterest is not a social media website. For some reason, Pinterest, and I feel bad for you, my friend, you got lumped into there with the Facebooks and, the Twitters and the Instagrams and even the TikToks. And it is actually none of those things. When you go on Pinterest, or even better, when your ideal customer goes on Pinterest, they aren't looking for the person with the most likes. They're not looking for someone who has tons of followers. They are looking for what they are searching for. So Pinterest is actually a search engine. It's like a really pretty Google. And let's be honest, who doesn't love really pretty things? So let me break this down even clearer for you, because this was one of those things when she was doing the training, I was kind of like sort of getting it, but literally, like I said, it took me the third training to finally get it. When someone is going to Pinterest, they are looking for an answer to their question. They're not looking for a shoe brand. They would look for what are the most comfortable shoes to go on a hike. So that takes out that, those mega marketers. It takes out all the popularity. Like I could have done that similar. Someone would do it on Google, right? They are looking for an answer to their problem. And the really cool thing about Pinterest is when they're looking for it, 95% of people looking for it, like I said, are just looking for an answer to their problem. They're not looking for something specific. They're not looking for, that popular person, whatever it may be. They are looking for what they need, and they're open to all of the suggestions. I love this. I think this is absolutely a game changer. And if you can see how this could work for your business, I hope you are excited too. The other reason why I say that Pinterest is not a contest about how popular you are and why it really doesn't matter. So once again, if you think about these people going online, doing their searches, they are searching for the answer to their problem. And when they get the answer, they save the pin. They don't look at who created it and follow that person. They might after a while, but that's not the main purpose. Whereas when we're on Instagram or TikTok, we get a video we like, we might follow the person, and that's really exciting, but we're not really engaging with what that thing is. The other thing I personally love about Pinterest, and I've said it before, when people are on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok, they aren't really looking to buy, right? They are looking to be entertained. They're looking to maybe learn something, or maybe they're looking to be motivated, but they're not really in that buying mode. Whereas Pinterest, they are there ready to find the answer to their problem. So if your business is the answer to their problem, guess what? They're going to be ready to buy. Or they might pin you for later, which means not only are they like saving your content and find it important and find it valuable, but later on when they are ready to buy, they are going back to that pin and looking at your website or looking at your information or looking wherever you have sent them. They are coming back to find you. Do you see the difference there, right? The other thing, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook even, those platforms are trying to keep people on the platform. So a lot of the time, the algorithms mean they were looking for likes or posts or comments or engagement. Pinterest is not. Pinterest just wants valuable, incredible content for their people. So they want people to come and pin things and then get off the website. That is the point for them, which is amazing. I hope, once again, I'm getting your interest on how Pinterest could be really, really good for you and your business. So now you're probably thinking, okay, Courtney, you've sold me. I'm excited. I want to learn more, but I don't have time. Come on. I get it. I know that. I'm so busy as well. All the things with my kids, with my family, with my business, with the things take over. But Pinterest is really wonderful for people who are already making content. So content such as this podcast, content is maybe a blog, content might be some YouTube shorts or a video show. If you are regularly already making content for people, valuable, engaging content, then Pinterest could be an absolutely incredible place for you. Even the show, it takes me, a little while to decide what I'm doing each week. Then it takes me a while to film it. Then it takes me a while to edit it. And then I miss the most important step, promoting it. I do a post here, a post there. We put it up on the network. I share it, but I don't spend hours promoting it. And then I move on to the next piece of content. I'm already thinking about next week and I want to get ready. What is next? What's next? What's next? It's the same thing when businesses are creating reels. They could spend hours, thinking up an idea, filming it, editing it, getting it, all organized, posting it, planning it. And it lives for what? Maybe 24 hours? On Pinterest, your pins could live average pin time is like 6 months. It could be longer. It could continue to grow and bring people back to your website, back to your email list, back to your products. Whereas those reels, they live, they die. Even the ones that go viral, let's be honest, are only going to have a shelf life of a little while. So why not spend that same time that you are making reels that maybe you're not even loving making, right? Why not spend that same time creating long form content? So like I said, this podcast, video shows, how-to videos, blogs, or your lead magnet, which we'll talk about in a second. Spend the time creating those things for your audience and then getting on Pinterest, spending an hour a week to get people to those pins. Another thing I love about Pinterest, I talked before how it doesn't matter how many followers you have. You don't have to be super popular. You don't, have to figure out all these algorithms. But one thing that is very cool is when someone does pin you, all of their followers can see your pin. So hopefully you have found your ideal audience. You know what they like. You're posting pins that they love. They're saving it. And then the people within their community are also seeing it. So it is a win-win-win. I also love the fact that for the most part, Pinterest has stayed the same. Since it started, it's not like every few months, ooh, here's a new feature. Ooh, here's a new algorithm. Ooh, this has changed, that's changed. Because let's be honest, as business owners, it is so frustrating when you feel like you are finally getting momentum on a social media platform and you feel like life is good, and then all of a sudden they change the algorithm. Or you get hacked and all of your contact is gone. All of your contacts are gone. All of the things you said you would do are gone. Also on Pinterest, you are just supposed to put that content out there and provide valuable content. You don't have to post and then wait to engage, right? How many times have I said before, when you are posting on Instagram or on TikTok or whatever it is, part of that back and forth is what they're looking for. They want to keep people on those platforms. So you need to be ready to engage. You don't have to do this with Pinterest. You put up your beautiful pin, you put up your pin description, and you put in your keywords, which we'll chat about in a second. And that is what is going to bring people to your content. We haven't even started talking about another piece of content you might have already created and could be a great spot to post on Pinterest. Have you created a lead magnet lately? So remember, if you're creating lead magnets, that's usually you're trying to get somebody to sign up for your email list. So I recently had a lead magnet for my musical theater class that I have a free vocal warm-up. And then I had a free actor warm-up. And I created this lead magnet. I was so proud. I was so excited. And I got a few people signing up, but not nearly the amount I thought I would. I did some paid ads, got a little bit more traction. I post on all my social media accounts, but people probably weren't looking for a vocal warm-up. Now I make a beautiful multiple pins, all saying different things about vocal warm-up, learn how to sing. Does your kiddo love singing? What should I do? What should I do if my kid loves singing? How to get started in singing? Right? All these things. So all those answers to what I think someone is looking for when they sit down on their computer and they're typing in onto Pinterest. Something about kids learning singing, kids musical theater, like all this fun things. I make 10 to even 15 different fun, unique posts using Canva. And now I'm sending all those people to my website, to my email list, to my lead magnet. And what's even better, those people are the people I want. So when I throw stuff up on social media, especially when I'm talking about audience that are like specific people who are wanting their kids to learn musical theater or people who are homeschooling their kids, right? My social media audience probably aren't all those people right now. They're different audiences. There's a lot of people in there. There's a lot of mix. So that's probably why no one was really signing up for that lead magnet. But when I posted on Pinterest and those people are actually looking for that, like they are Googling or pinning or like they are searching for warm-ups. They are searching for how to get kids into musical theater. They are searching for those things. I am giving them the answer. Those are the exact people I want to attract. Those are the ideal audience I want on my website. They're the ones I want in my email list. So do you see how this is actually totally different than Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, which I do believe there are some good things to be out there on those other platforms. But this is where if you are limited time, limited bandwidth, I think you need to take some time to understand how Pinterest could just blow up your business. My other thing that I am loving doing now is going back and looking at all the different lead magnets I had in the past, and I'm recycling them. I'm creating new pins. I'm using some of the things I made years ago and using that content because it's still relevant, it's still valuable, and these people haven't seen it yet. So instead of spending your time making reels that live and die within a day or two, why not take some time, make some really valuable content, put it up on your website, put it up on a URL, and get on Pinterest and start sharing it. Also, if you do already have a bunch of reels that you love, you can send people to that as well. Same thing, grab that URL, make a pin about it, get people interested. The only thing I find is a little bit harder when you have them land on your Instagram is then you're going back to that same sort of hamster wheel of like, okay, they might like you, they might follow, but you don't have that like really one-on-one engagement when you're already sending them to your website. So other fun things, if you are thinking, I don't know what other valuable content I could give them, Courtney, once again, I suggest you hop on ChatGPT and just start typing in ideas, get your brainstorming going, right? What are fun lead magnets I can create? What are fun resources I can create? What are fun blogs I could write about? Like all these things for your business, and write in your ideal customer, what you want them to do. Or if you have a business and you're thinking like, okay, what would go really well with, if I'm selling makeup, what are free makeup tutorials I can share? What are free checklists that people love a good checklist? What are, best cleaning practices? I don't know. There's so many things. When you're talking valuable content, you just got to think of that ideal customer, how you can help them, how you can serve them even better, and start really making those things that would help to that. Because I think that's where your time is going to just make so much more sense. Okay, so I mentioned a little something about keywords, and I think this is going to be really important, especially in the next year. I don't know if you've heard, but hashtags are kind of moving out. And now everyone is talking about keywords. I know you've probably heard them in the past. Maybe it's something you've been like, oh, I should do that. Oh, I should look more into that and into my website. I know that's something I always tell myself. But why I love Pinterest is you write your pin description, you've got your title, and then there's a spot for keywords. So not only are you getting those keywords in the pin description, but it's literally helping you put the keywords into your pin, into what you want to share, what you want to do. So you need to get very clear, and I've said it before, on your ideal audience. On Pinterest, you want to start figuring out what they are looking for. So you need to know how they talk. You need to know what words they use, how they are going to phrase things. Start looking through, start just typing different searches you think they are going to search for, and then see what pops up. Then you can see who are following those boards. Then you can find different groups of people that might be your ideal audience and see what else they are looking at. To see how this, yes, it's going to take you a little bit of time to get started, but once you get started, it is going to grow. It's going to move. It's going to happen. And not only are you just growing, like I said before, likes, follows, all that stuff that sometimes we spend hours doing and really don't see a return, you are getting those people to then come back to your website, look at your content. All right, I know what you're probably thinking right now. You're like, okay, Courtney, well, I'm going to spend an hour doing these pins. I'm going to, spend all this time making my blog or whatever, but I can't make blogs every day. This is probably my favorite part. You don't have to. Okay, this is where I definitely took this part from Jenna's workshop, and I had listened to it before, but I didn't really quite get what she was talking about. So what she says in her workshop is that one piece of content, so say it's this podcast episode that I'm already creating, that I started creating long form content 2 years ago for this exact reason, to build my business, to build my brand, to have conversations with people, to do all the things I wanted to do. I have this content. It lives. Whatever I'm going to name this show, I haven't decided yet this week, but say the title is Use Pinterest in Your Business. Easy ways, 5 simple steps, whatever it is. I have this piece of content. It's living on my website. I have the ULR link to it. Instead of just making one Pinterest post about this episode, I'm going to make 10. And I know you're like, that's crazy. Why would you make 10 posts of the same things? That's how this works. That's what makes this so amazing. So I'm going to hop into Canva, which is very user-friendly, has tons of Pinterest pin templates. Pop it in there. You can even decide which kind you want. Put it in there. It's going to give you tons of ideas. And I'm going to do one Pinterest pin with the title of how to use Pinterest. I'm going to use another Pinterest pin of why you should use Pinterest in your biz. Another one is going to be 3 ways to use Pinterest in your business. I just keep using different titles. If you get stuck, my friends, use ChatGPT. If you haven't seen my episode of how I am slowly introducing AI into my business, I highly suggest you go back and check that out, because AI is going to make this whole process so much more doable. It's going to cut the time that you think you have or you don't have really in half. And then you can start creating these pins, putting them out there. All right. So 10 pins from one piece of content. I add different pictures. Maybe I'm adding a screenshot. Maybe I'm adding a little video clip. Maybe I'm adding one with just writing on this way. Maybe I'm adding one with images and writing. Whatever it is, all those pins, you want them to look different. The other thing I also love, if you are trying to test something for your business, maybe you're trying to test a new ad or a new social media post or whatever it is, Pinterest is the place to test it. It costs you nothing to have 2 different pins pointing to the same thing. All right, so now I'm making my 10 pieces of content. This is important. You need to schedule a pin a day. This is before where I got stuck. I put up a pin. Then nothing happened. Then I put up another random pin another day. Nothing happened. Okay, so in Jenna's thing, she says Pinterest is looking, this is what their main algorithm is. They're looking for 1 to 2 quality pins a day. So I started with 1, and you can schedule it within Pinterest. It's so easy to do. 1 pin a day, 10 pins for 1 piece of content. Within 2 weeks, I noticed a huge jump in website traffic. I got a few more people on my email list. I got some inquiries about my courses. Like, this is something every business owner can do, and it doesn't have to be hard. Well, my friends, we are getting close to the end, and I hope you are as excited as I am today. If you want to check out, I made a very simple, easy freebie on how you can get started on Pinterest. You can get it at therenaissancemama.com. Or if you think you're ready to full on jump into this, then I suggest you check out my mentor, Jenna Kutcher, and her Pinterest lab, because it is something that is game changing. If you are someone who is running a business, you're kind of into social media, but you really are tired of all of it, but you know the value of making great content, then Pinterest might be the option for you, my friends. I cannot wait to hear everybody talk about their new Pinterest account. So before I leave you today, I would love to know, is this something you are going to look into for your business? And if it is, I can't wait to hear the results. I think you are going to love it. I think you're going to be so excited. I can't wait to share. Find me on Pinterest. I'm going to find you. It's going to be amazing. I hope you enjoyed this episode, my friends. Bye for now.